Wow, something bizarre is about to go down. Focus on this cross right here. Ignore the wild celebrity roulette spinning around the edges, and whatever you do, don't blink. Just keep staring at the cross in the middle. Now tell me, do you notice how our favorite stunning celebrities are starting to look like something out of a monster movie? No special effects are happening here. Trust me, all of this is purely in your mind. So when you're presented with a series of eye-aligned photos, one after the other, your brain kind of glitches, mixing them up and making them look distorted. Before you know it, even the most flawless features of Hollywood's Barbie and Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, begin to look twisted, squashed, or stretched. Ooh, the chills. Here we have an animation of 4 faces flipping between Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. But are you ready for a spin? These faces will keep switching back and forth between the two of them, but now they'll also be spinning in a circle. Fix your gaze on this cross and resist the urge to look away. If you stay focused right on the center, you'll find it almost impossible to spot them morphing between their faces. The transition seems delayed, like it's barely happening. But the moment we stop the spinning motion, bam! It's pretty clear that the morphing animation was happening the whole time at the same speed. Meet the rotating rays illusion. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, the outer ring looks like it's moving clockwise, while the inner ring seems to spin counterclockwise. But what's strange about it is that these circles aren't moving at all. Our eye movements play a huge role in creating this effect. When you keep shifting your gaze around the image, the illusion of motion continues. But can we make things more interesting by placing a picture of Kim Kardashian right in the center? Focus just on her face and try your best not to blink. Notice how the rings seem to slow down or even stop? Bizarre, huh? This illusion was created by a Japanese professor known for designing tons of mind-bending illusions. Like this one, where it looks like rollers with blue dots are turning towards each other. Or this one, where yellow rings seem to move up and down, almost as if they're getting closer together. But again, these aren't animations or GIFs. The motion is only happening in your mind. Ooh. The painting The Scream is scary on its own. But one optical illusion can make it even weirder, practically bringing it to life. If we throw in a little zooming in and out motion to Munch's iconic work, the haunting face seems to grow and shrink, almost as if it's jumping out at you. It makes the scream feel all too real, right? Now, of course, this After Effect illusion isn't just for paintings. We can do the same with a photo from Rihanna's concert. Fix your gaze on the middle of the image, and you'll start to see her move, almost like you're getting a front row seat to a live performance. Alright, maybe it's not quite as cool as seeing Rihanna actually perform, but it's still pretty awesome. Next, we have this pretty ordinary checkerboard image, but I'll ask you to pay special attention to the squares marked with the letters A and B. So, are they the same color or different? Most people confidently say that square A is darker and B is lighter. But what's bizarre about it is that they are actually the same exact shade of gray. Ooh, one of 50 shades of gray? Heh, sorry I couldn't help it. Anyway, how does this magic happen? Well, the square labeled B is sitting in the shadow of that cylinder. Your brain automatically thinks, hey, shadows make things darker. So it brightens square B to adjust for the shadow, while square A, which is outside of the shadow, is left as it is. Let's talk about the paperclip illusion. If you take a simple grid and add perfectly straight diagonal lines, something strange happens. They look bent or kinked. It's called the paperclip illusion because some people think that the lines resemble a row of paperclips. Can't see it? Well, there is a way to fix that. If you look at the image from the corner of your eye, the effect gets stronger. So let's put a photo of Timothée Chalamet in the corner. Fix your gaze on him, and in your peripheral vision, you'll notice those straight lines now seem bent, like a bunch of paperclips floating around. Can you see it now? Another interesting thing is that the effect changes if you adjust the thickness of the lines. Make them thicker, and instead of paperclips, the illusion shifts to something that looks like chains. But if we do the opposite, making the lines thinner, they'll look more like wavy ribbons. Here we have photos of 2 pairs of Crocs. And we can all agree that this one is pink and this one is green, right? Awesome! But let's make it a bit harder with this new picture. So, what color are these Crocs? Take a good look and tell me. Which option do you think you just saw? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Got your answer? If you guessed option 1, you are correct. These Crocs are actually pink, but they look gray because there's a green filter over the image. The lighting tricks our eyes into seeing colors differently. White things, like these socks, turn green, while pink things, like these Crocs, turn a kind of gray. This color constancy illusion proves just how much lighting can deceive our brains. There was one more pink illusion for you. This time, we have an image with a white circle in the middle. But now, let's add some motion to it. I know this animation is intense, but keep staring at the black X in the center. Suddenly, that white circle seems to take on a soft pink hue. It's almost as if the red and white pixels around it are blending together. A similar thing happens with this red and white checkerboard. Keep focusing on the black X again right in the center. And will you notice that when the checkerboard suddenly changes to all white, the red spaces still might look faintly pink? One explanation is that when you stare at the X, your eyes get used to seeing the red and white edges. This adaptation effect leaves an afterimage in your vision, and your brain holds onto the red so strongly that when it's removed, it fills in the white with a touch of pink. Now, for our final trick, we have an illusion called the Poggendorff triangles. What do you see when you look at this weird shape? So you might see it as two triangles put together, one here and the other one here, right? That makes sense, but that is not the correct answer. I mean, yeah, there are in fact two triangles in this image, but not in those positions. What's happening is that your brain probably thinks there's an imaginary diagonal line running through them, like those two edges are connected in part of a single line. But the truth is that those edges don't connect at all. See? They're actually two distinct lines that don't line up. Like I said earlier, there are indeed two triangles in this image, just not in the way we expect. Let's separate these shapes and, wow, there they are! This illusion works because when we see objects that are partly hidden, our brains sort of create imaginary outlines to make things seem more logical, but those outlines aren't actually there. The same happens here. Your brain thinks this image is just bizarre and tries to figure it out by filling in the empty spaces in the middle. So you end up seeing the gray areas as part of a single translucent rectangle, which definitely doesn't exist. Crazy, huh? That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.